Hello and welcome back to the channel today. Today we're going to be doing some controlled articular rotations for our joint capsules of our lower body. Only thing that you're going to need today is something sturdy to sit on that you can put your hands underneath. This is a modified version that you can either do at a desk or from a chair, whether you just don't want to stand up or you have some limited mobility. These are going to be great for everyone. Honestly, I always tell people the seated ones are not any easier. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. All you need is something sturdy to sit on. You could also have some back support here if you like. And I kick your shoes off. We're gonna get some free toe content in here today because yes, we need to move your toes. Your toes are important for your whole movement system and gait, and honestly, so much more. So without any further ado, let's get into it. If you're new here, hey, my name is Jo. I am a mobility specialist and trainer and yoga teacher and a whole bunch of hats. I just like to consider myself a movement teacher here in Austin, Texas. I help people get out of pain and movement restrictions through movement and other modalities. If you're in the Austin area, you're welcome to come book a session in person. If you're not, I have virtual sessions available and online coaching. Check the link for more info. Come, sit down, and join me. Hey, let's go. So we're gonna start with your feet. So you might have to assist yourself by pressing down on your toes, but we're gonna start with keeping your big toe down, and then your knee, you're just gonna take it over the middle of your foot, and I want you to lift your little toes and lower your little toes. And you could do both feet at the same time, or you could do one foot. For the purpose of this video, I'm going to do one foot at a time because it tends to be a little bit easier to control. So we'll do about 15 to 20. You could literally do up to 50 of these if you liked. And then we're gonna switch sides, same thing, big toe down, knees over the middle of your foot. We're just gonna lift and lower your little toes. Keep driving that big toe into the ground. Good. And now, of course, we gotta go the opposite way. Can you keep your little toes down, knees over the middle of your foot, and lift and lower your big toe? If you can't, you can help it, and it will probably remember. And you're trying to keep that knee fixed in space for 10, for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, for 1. Good. And then we're gonna switch side. Keep the little toes down, that knees over the middle of your foot, because that helps lift up your arch. And then we're just lifting and lowering that big toe. Ooh, you can see that's kind of hard for me. I got a little bit of crowding here on my right side. Oh yeah. For 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, for 1. Nice. And now we're gonna pay attention to the ankles. So I like to just kind of hold here on my leg. We're leaning over a little bit. And we're gonna try to initiate this movement at the ankle. This is an ankle capsular car from the functional range conditioning systems. We're gonna try to just move out your ankle and keep the shin and the knee still, which is really easier said than done. You're gonna go towards your pinky toe, you're gonna go towards your big toe. I call this one rocking the boat. So we're here, you're going towards your big toe, you're going towards your pinky toe, and I'm trying not to move my thigh, trying not to move my knee. If these feel really restricted on you, it means you probably need some isometrics in order to open them up, and I will have that in a new video. And again, we're doing about 15 to 20 for 5. For 4, we're trying to fill the inside of your foot, we're trying to fill the outside of your foot and ankle. For 3, for 2, you can even see I'm compensating a little bit, and 1. Good, and switch sides, same thing. Keeping this leg nice and still. Towards the pinky toe, towards the big toe. Inside of the foot, outside of the foot. For 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, for 1. Keep that going. Now I want you to move out your knee. So we're gonna lift this up. You're gonna twist the shin and the knee one way. You're gonna twist the shin and the knee the other way. Your quad stays still. So we got here to here, using your shin and sides of your knee, using your shin and sides of your knee. Now guys, I've been working on this for a while. Most people have about this much. So they're gonna be really small, and you can kind of assist yourself in these. I kind of like that. If you feel a lot of sensation, like pain in your knee, you're doing too much. As with any of these, just take them a little smaller and see if you can connect to the muscles being worked. For 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, oh man, yes, 1. Good, and then we're switching sides. We're moving at that shin, twisting the shin in, twisting that shin out. You're keeping that quad still. You're moving from the knee, we're moving from the shin. For 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, for 1, and then once again, these are great diagnostic tools. So if you notice going in was hard, that means you need some isometrics to work on that. And then same thing with going out. With all of these, if they feel hard, it's because you haven't had tissue, muscles, connective tissue, ligaments, all that stuff that allows you to move freely in rotation in both directions. And if you don't do that, we actually get to a situation where the joints feel like a mortar and pestle, where you don't have a lot of space, and that can cause some pain. If we give the joints more rotation, my favorite way is through the functional range conditioning system with pails and rails, isometrics. We can create more space in the joint that allows that joint to move freely, and that has connective tissue support to hold you there, because the body remodels, the tissue remodels in the direction of the force that we put in it. So if I put force into rotation, the body will give you more tissue there. It's the science. So we just did all of this. I'll stop talking. Now let's do the hip. So you're gonna hold on. Big inhale, I want you to fill everything up. Exhale, we're gonna think about finding a high water pair of pants. Low abs, mid abs, upper abs. If you don't know how to do that, I'm gonna pop a video somewhere in here about how to brace your core with breath. That's gonna be really important. From there, you're holding on. You're keeping that high water pair of pants. We're staying more tense in the core than we are in the hip that's moving. You'll lift the leg up. We're gonna take it out. We're gonna take it in. That thigh, that knee should stay fixed in space. And again, it doesn't need to be very high. We're using the inner hip, we're using the outer hip. This is that rotation that happens in the hip joint that gives your hip capsule space. And we're doing that for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, for 1. Now, if one of both of those cause pain or tension, just means you need to work in that specific direction with some isometrics, and those will be in a later video. Same thing other side, we're holding on, we're sitting tall, big inhale, exhale, pull on that high water pair of pants. This guy can stay nice and low. We're bringing it in, we're bringing it out. Sometimes I like to put my hand here just to remind the body to keep it fixed. For 5, for 4, for 3, outer hip, inner hip, outer hip, inner hip. If you're feeling a lot in your knee, you probably need a little less motion. Good, nice. This is your very quick practice for your whole lower body, excluding the spine. I'm gonna put that in my next video, that you could do every day to preserve your ability and your mobility to move around in all directions. By preserving our rotation in our joints, we preserve and create space in our joint capsules, so we have more space to move around and more tissue that supports that movement. So if you've had pain, these are gonna be necessary for you to create more space to get out of it, because you can't move where you can't move. So we're creating more space so you have the ability to move in whichever way you please. Go ahead and share this with people in your life who need this, because guys, your grandma can do this. My 80-year-old clients do. And be sure to hit me and subscribe for more content like this. You're gonna see a lot more like this video. Happy moving, happy healing, y'all. Thanks for watching.